Do you think it's time for radical changes in education? Well, with everything that's gone on lately, it looks like that's about to happen. Hello, I'm Samantha from Learning Success, and this video is about what the future of education might look like. We know that parents are very concerned about education today. Education is at a pivotal point. So, we have gathered education experts and parents and asked them what they'd like to see happen for the future of education. We are gathering the best ideas to help guide education as it adapts to the world today. And maybe, together, we can build the best education system ever. In today's video, we have Gerrard McClendon, PhD. Dr. Gerrard McClendon is an associate professor at Chicago State University, the author of ACTS, or Ask, the African American Guide to Better English, and the editor of Donda's Rules, the Scholarly Works of Dr. Donda West, mother of Kanye West. McClendon has earned several other awards, including an Emmy Award, the One Region Award, Associated Press Award, and an NAACP Champion Award, a Lynx Award, a Human Relations Commission Leadership Award, and the Monarch Award. Let's see what Dr. Gerrard would like to see change in education.
Teaching online in the age of coronavirus can be challenging, but instructors can create easy-to-navigate modules in a Moodle platform, making all reading assignments, problem sets, and quizzes accessible to students. For asynchronous instruction, your own video content can be used, or you can use Khan Academy. If teaching synchronously, try Google Classroom, Zoom, GoToMeeting, Moodle, Skype, or FaceTime format. Keep calm, keep it simple, keep it moving. God bless you.
You're a technologically savvy guy. Are the folks at Chicago State University or other schools that you've heard of helping their teachers get to this point? Because a lot of folks, even for me, like technology, sometimes can be a rough thing. I imagine there's a lot of challenges for teachers. I mean, this is hard to kind of reinvent yourself on the fly.
Yeah, definitely. Most universities have a Moodle platform or required data set. You can launch quizzes, reading, problem sets, and you can use Collaborate. K-12 teachers, they can use Khan Academy, they can use proximity learning. For college, Google Hangouts, Zoom, GoToMeeting. Of course, University of Phoenix, Walden, and SNHU, they have it down because they've been teaching online anyway.
Particularly with education, we've been talking about the children not having access to internet, not having access to technology to use in order to continue their education. What would be your take on that as an educator?
Some school districts and some universities they weren't equipped for this. I mean, in the age of a pandemic, you got to be ready for something like this to happen. I think this, Felicia, will become a reminder and a warning shot for when something like this may happen in the future. You gotta be ready.
My argument would be that it should be there in the first place.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to, you know how they always say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like, this shouldn't be an issue in the first place.
Yeah, it's biblical.
Not in 2020.
Right, it's biblical, isn't it? It's like everyone scrambling to get oil in their lamps when they could have filled up the lamps earlier this week. For those of us who do know how to teach online, we've also been helping others to navigate this process so it doesn't seem as difficult. Some people aren't able to teach online adequately, asynchronously or synchronously. So it depends on what you are equipped to do. I can do both. I can teach a lecture online with 25 students in Zoom, and we can go for it because I've got the energy to do it. I've got the problem set. I've got the lectures already written, and we can go for it. Some people don't feel as comfortable with that, so they may have to teach the class asynchronously and launch problem sets throughout the week. So you may want to launch a problem set Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have the assignments due on Saturday.
What about kids? It's got to be hard as kids and students I can't focus for this long on a lesson. I need to be present in the room. At least that's what I think.
Yeah, Gerrard is interesting. Imagine someone that is not as cool and interesting as he is.
Yeah, so you may have to use micro sets instead of assigning an entire chapter. You may have to say, wait a minute, let me assign 1/4 of this chapter on a specific day, another quarter 2 or 3 days later, as opposed to read chapter 1 and 2 by the end of the week. That's not going to work. And when it comes to lecturing online, you have to be careful, because who's going to stay there for 2 and 3 hours? Very difficult. You may have to break that up into 2 or 3 times a week for 45 or 50-minute periods, and then engage the students in discussion so students don't become bored as well. There's a way to do it. This is about adaptation. This is about using. Look, we're 20 years into the 21st century. We got to wake up.
You think about, like, teachers have to write lessons plans for that age, right? But while he excels in one thing and struggles in another, teachers have to balance the education level and can't speed things up because they got to bring everybody along with them. And I think that is such a challenge I didn't really realize before as I do now.
Yeah. The enemy of a lot of teachers is teaching to the middle. If you teach to the middle, you're always in trouble, because the students who don't understand will get frustrated, and the students who overstand it will get bored. And so teaching to the middle, yes, you may get to the bulk of students, but you have to be able to adapt those lessons to step up the quality of challenge for students, as well as hitting the zone of proximity for those students that aren't doing as well.
Man, I don't think.
Go ahead, Amy.
I was just saying, I don't think as many people realized how difficult being a teacher was until this really happened. I mean, I have always appreciated teachers, but I have such a different level of respect for them now.
Yeah, on that note, Patricia says when schools get back in session, every parent should bring teachers roses or chocolates or whatever they need.
Or whiskey.
Yes. $20 bills.
It's a calling. Teaching is a calling. It's not something that you just wake up and say, hey, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a professor. No, this is the ultimate when it comes to sacrifice. You're sacrificing for your students, your parents, your community. You're sacrificing for the world, because you're giving. The minute a teacher learns something, it's not our job to keep the knowledge. It's our job to give the knowledge away. The key is to share the knowledge. So I think you're absolutely right. If you want to give me a golden apple, if you want to give me some roses and some tulips, I'm happy with that. It's a call.
It's a level of patience that a lot of us just don't have, and don't realize we don't have it until we're faced with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Gerrard, I know you're a very passionate teacher. What else are you doing in quarantine time?
Yeah.
Writing books, editing, keep my mind sharp. Here's the thing. These are the times that try men's souls.
Oh,
right?
yes.
And so here's the deal. I'm just trying to be ultimate servant.
You're the first person to quote Thomas Paine since we've been broadcasting here from home.
Yes. That's exactly what's happening right now too, right? Best of times and worst of times too.
A little Dickens. There we go. Look at this. Well, Gerrard, last thoughts that you have for us in terms of where we can find more information about all of that you do, and any last tips for us out there?
Keep calm and teach online. Keep calm and learn online. We are going to get through this. The key is to pray for your neighbors and your family members, and to help people out as much as they can in the age of a pandemic. These are some very serious times right now. All we need and all we have is love.
Thank you for sharing with us these clips from your interview. We've been hearing a lot of times that we should take advantage of the internet. Now is really the time to put that into practice, especially in the education system. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to share it on social media. Use the hashtag #FutureOfEducation. Education is going to change. Let's make sure it changes for the better.